Man, they think it's a game. They think it's a game. That's right. This is the Charlie Dot Bros podcast. Do you know who this is? Your humble and gracious host, Charlie Dot Bros. Let's go ahead and cut this down. Let's cut this down now. I want to jump right into it. I want to talk about the new program that's been started by Distrokid to help independent artists connect with major labels or independent labels. And I really want to talk about therapy because I have started therapy. And I want to talk about the things I've learned and how I believe people can benefit from therapy. So first, we want to get into Distrokid, and that pesky metronome is right back. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go. So first, I want to get into Distrokid. Now, this is going to be for the independent artists like myself. If you use Distrokid, they have announced a new service they have called Upstream, and you can opt in, you can opt out of this service. I just recently opted in, and I'm going to read you what it says. It says, Upstream is a matchmaking service that helps artists looking for labels and labels looking for artists to find each other. It's free, optional, 100% artist friendly, and there's nothing else in the world like it. If you're an artist and you would like to meet a record label, you can opt in here, and they provided a link. Now, I'm going to keep reading because there's more, but I want to, expand on that, give my thoughts on that now. Whenever artists hear this thing, you can connect with labels and labels can connect with you and whoop-de-whoop, immediately red flags go up for me, because a lot of times when that is presented, it's in the guise of some bullshit. You know it, I know it. Whenever we hear people going, oh, come over here, we can connect you with labels and X, Y, and Z, it's always underneath the guise of some bullshit or people wanting to get money out of you in some way. But because I use Distrokid and they have shown that they don't do anything with malice intent so far, I think their intentions are good. I said before, I was in a Clubhouse room and the founder of Distrokid was in there telling a whole bunch about Distrokid and his intentions and what they have coming up. He seems like a real genuine guy. Okay, so I'm going to keep reading this. They said, by the metrics, Distrokid has become the biggest music distributor ever, which, makes sense because $20 a year, who can't pass that up? And they said 1/3 of all new music in the world is distributed by Distrokid. Fam, that's a lot. 1/3 of all new music in the world is distributed by Distrokid. Yo, that's a lot of money. And they charge you $20 a year for the base tier. Yo, that's for millions of artists. Yo, they are getting the bag over there at Distrokid. When they said at the same time, many artists, asked Distrokid for helping them get noticed by the labels and become well known. And it says, with high demand from both artists and labels, Distrokid decided to make an easy way for everyone who's interested to connect with each other. This new service is called Upstream. And then it goes further. Upstream is more powerful than just a matchmaking service, though our goal is to give artists power over record labels, to help artists achieve better, artist-friendly terms than would otherwise be possible. So what that's saying is, a lot of artists are like, they want record deals. And through listening to Russ and a lot of other people, record deals are more advantageous to you as an artist when you have leverage on your side, when you have fans, not followers, when you have actual fans, people who stream your music, buy your merch, buy tickets to come see you, pull up when you were at the open mic, they pull up and pack it out. When you have that type of leverage, then you can go into a record deal with better terms. So this is saying it can help you get a more artist friendly deal. So you're not getting, so the label's not getting 70%. So the label's not getting 80% and you're getting 20. I'm not saying that's a standard deal. I'm saying you're broke artists. You are, you made a bop. You might have blown up on TikTok. But that's not really leverage. You caught one on TikTok. You caught one on social media. Now the record labels are swarming to get the kid who just caught the hot one. They're not going to give you the best deal in town because you're not really proven. You just caught one. So that's what this is saying. They can help you get a more artist-friendly deal, but I don't know. I don't know about it. I guess you still have to have some stats to back up, to back this up. Because a label, if they have access to your stats, that's another thing. This doesn't really say if the labels who opt in, because they have had labels who opt in. This isn't saying that they have access to Charlie.Rose's streaming stats. Hey, what's Charlie.Rose's numbers, Want to check him out. And so they can see if your streaming numbers are doing good, should they then in turn reach out to you or keep an eye on you to watch your moves before they reach out to you. I don't know. So, and then this gives a 4 or 5 point breakdown. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to read this so you can get a better understanding. Major and independent. There are a lot of different labels out there to help interested artists find the right fit. Distrokid is curating a huge roster of labels. This includes the labels you've heard of and vetted indies you haven't. Real successful labels only. Each label is individually vetted by Distrokid. Before a label is granted access, they must display a proven record of success, helping artists achieve greatness. Sounds nice. No funny business. If you opt into Upstream as an artist, you are not giving up any rights or signing anything away. You're just signaling to labels that you are available and privately sharing your Upstream profile with them, which includes links to your music, streaming data, and contact information. Ooh, there it goes. There it goes. So if you opt in, labels will be able to see your streaming data. Okay. Clarity and privacy. By default, artists are not opted into Upstream. So right now, if you haven't signed up, you're not. So if you prefer being independent and don't want labels into your business, no action is necessary. Free for artists. Upstream is 100% free for artists. Record labels pay a small finder's fee to Distrokid when they sign someone. Artists don't pay anything. Any fee the label pays to Distrokid won't affect artists earning from the label. And as always, artists receive 100% of their earnings from Distrokid. We have a couple more. No middleman. If a label is interested, they'll contact you directly and you'll work with them directly. Distrokid stays out of it unless you need their help. So it's just you and the labels, no other parties involved. As we continue on, no commitment, leave anytime. You can opt out of Upstream whenever. You can click the button. Your release will be unaffected. Your releases. So you hit the link in this notice. It gives you opt in, opt out. You already clicked for opt out. Just click opt in. Boom, you're good. Expertise. Today, we're announcing that the mighty Shay Pope has joined Distrokid to architect and lead Distrokid's Upstream. I've gotten to know Che over the years. He's a visionary, blah, 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 unparalleled religion. As a producer, Che has won Grammys, produced for Lauryn Hill, The Weeknd, Dr. Dre, Eminem, a list, TVs, and commercials. As a record exec, he was A&R at Warner Brothers. Che was COO of Conway's Good Music. Is that the same? When you say Che, I wonder if that's Rhyme Fest. But anyway, and it goes on into some other things. Starts talking about the labels they have. So if you are interested in Upstream and you think, I'm putting up numbers, or you're just making good music and you're releasing continuously through Distrokid, if the link isn't somewhere around this podcast, definitely just Google Distrokid Upstream. Upstream is one word. and then opt into it from your Distrokid when you hit that link. Because honestly, if they're not asking you to pay anything, if it's free, and there's a slim chance it could put you in a better position to be seen by certain labels, whether indie or major, what could it hurt? You lose nothing, but you have the potential to gain a lot. So yeah, I say opt into it. I'm going to do some more. I'm going to look into it some more. It's new, so I don't really think you're going to come across many people right now who say, oh, yo, I used it. And I not used it. I opted into it, dropped a couple albums, and then, a label came a knocking. So I think give it some months, give it some months, maybe a year, and then revisit it with keeping track of it, keeping updates about what they're doing with their Upstream program. But it does sound good, especially the fact that they're not asking for money. All right. So moving on from that, I want to talk about something that I've started going through recently, and that would be therapy. And when I say therapy, I'm talking more of therapy for dealing with how much I drink. And the biggest, and it's been an ongoing battle. I would say I'm going to stop, then I wouldn't, then I say I'm going to stop. Now I'm feeling awfully confident because because here's the issue. I wasn't going to talk about it because I felt like it would be too personal, too touchy. But then I was thinking that's the issue, isn't it? That's the issue in our community where therapy or getting help with what could be an addiction, what likely is an addiction, is frowned upon. It comes with shame, so we don't want to talk about it. And I didn't want to talk about it because you feel like people are going to look at you differently. They're going to look at you like you're somebody who should be on intervention. But in reality, sitting in on the group sessions that I sit in on and then having a one-on-one time with a therapist, it gives you the ability to really deep dive, to really talk unfiltered, to talk in a way where you don't feel attacked or judged, even if the people in your life who love you are not doing those things. Because having the addiction, you feel like you're being attacked and you feel like you're being judged whenever someone brings it up to you. And that would happen to me. Friends, loved ones would talk to me about, hey, Andre, hey, Charlie, you're drinking a lot. Hey, man, you might have a problem. You're drinking a lot. And I had every excuse ready under the sun. Like, what do you mean? I only drink at night. I don't drink I don't start drinking till a certain time at night, 9, 10 o'clock. I don't drink during the day. And but I wasn't taking into account that it was like kind of every night. Or I would stop for a couple days to try to recharge, I guess, and then jump right back into it for 4 or 5 days straight, then stop, then repeat, then go a week without drinking, and then say, look, I don't have a problem at all. But then you're right back to 5, 6 days straight, nights straight in my case, a 6-pack, 2 6-packs. Between Friday and Sunday, you went and got 2 cases. That's 18. That's a case of 18. You went and got 2 of them over the weekend. Drank them all by yourself. Still telling yourself you don't have a problem because it's easy. Because it's something that's become so commonplace that you can't see it for what it is. I had every excuse. Oh man, I just want to sit down and play some video games and have some drinks. What's the big deal? I just want to watch some movie. I just want to watch my TV show, have some drinks. What's the big deal? I'm not bothering anybody. But because I'm the one who is doing it, I was in it, so I was unable to see how I was really affecting others. So in my head, I'm just sitting down, playing the game, and I'm being unproblematic. But really, speech is probably slurring. I might be being obnoxious, stumbling. just looking a mess. And then the people around you have to see how you're behaving, have to see how much you're drinking, and you don't really take into account. You just think they're overreacting. And, and that's the real evilness of it all. You think people are overreacting when really they just love you and want what's best for you, and you lack the ability to fully comprehend it. So going to something like a therapy, like I've been in, and talking to other people who are in the similar situations, and talking to people who've gone through it, and talking to a therapist to help unpack things really, really helped me. I haven't drank for a few weeks. I feel great. I've lost some weight. Mind's clearer. My eating's gotten much better. I think communication is going to get even better. Because again, you start making up things. I would say, I'm working on music. I need to have some drinks. It helps clear my mind. It helps me, not overthink things, but again, it's just an excuse to give into the addiction, because I write music amazingly when I don't have anything to drink. And a lot of times when I'll be in the studio, the guys can vouch, I would likely have too much. And so now I can't even rap anyway because I'm too gone. I'm just too gone. Or even at the house, I've had too many, so I'm trying to rap the verse, or I've sent the verse and I've sent the song over to have it mixed, and it's just littered with problems, belches, the wrong beat. It's just all over the place, and I've had to send it back 4 or 5 times. And even the homies who were mixing the songs were like, yo, don't send me anything at night. Like, wait till in the morning, wait till midday. Like, don't do it. I don't want to deal with it. And, you laugh it off because you think it's funny. Dude, yeah, how I get at night, fam. But really, not having self-control over something isn't funny. And if you can have your choice of vice in moderation, hey, that's great. That is phenomenal. Keep an eye on it. Don't let it get too out of hand, because next thing you're doing the most, and you're getting an attitude with people around you who love you, who want you to do the least. That's all I had for you this week on the Charlie.Rose podcast. I really wanted to touch on those 2 topics, and I didn't want to hold you here too long. So I hope if you're an independent artist, I hope you go check out the Upstream feature on Distrokid. And I hope if you're somebody who may feel like you're having a substance issue, a substance abuse issue, I do hope you take the time to not feel shame. Don't look at the people who care about you, who want to see you do better. Don't argue with them. Just reach out, talk to somebody about it, and see how you feel about it, and understand that there's no shame in that. We need to break that stigma. So I do hope that you do. And I hope you have a great week, and I hope you had a wonderful weekend.